Okay, close. Oops, wrong camera. Jesus, that's more like it. Good morning, cluster. What kind of trouble are we going to get ourselves into today? Today is Sunday, December 20th, and as you know, Coffee and Headlines is Sunday Funday on Sundays. If it was Monday through Saturday, we'd be here exchanging headlines, comments, thoughts, ideas, questions, anything that can help us have a better life in Puerto Vallarta as an English-speaking community, but not on Sundays. On Sundays, all we do is forget about the news and forget about things that are troublesome and just behave in the most juvenile way possible. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So if this is your first time visiting us, please know my name is Paco. And don't take us too seriously because this is Sunday. And if you've been here before, just brace yourself because today we're going to have the most obnoxiously loud show, the kind that will annoy your neighbors if you feel that you need, say, a new weapon to counteract all the banda that the neighbors have been playing. Boy, have I got an answer for you here. But first, let me very quickly say hello to everybody or anybody that is joining us today. Hello, Karen. It's great to see you. Good morning. And Sherry is with us as usual. Kelly, I hope you're packing your bags already. Raymond is in Conchas. It's great to see you all. Oh, we have some Sunday Funday for you, Kathleen. Don't worry about it. You'll end up singing. By the end of today. Even Jorge will be singing in New York City. Let's see. Sherry asks, hi, Paco. I was looking for the link to the symphony holiday performance and could not find it. Could you please repost it? Might that have been a brass concert link that I shared yesterday? If that is what it is on the Facebook page for this, for Coffee and Headlines. If it is not, do let me know, Sherry, because I think that's the only symphony link that we've been sharing lately. But I want to make sure that you have what you need. ¿Cómo se dice cluster en español? What a great question. Oh my God, how do you say cluster in español? Let's find out. Cluster, Spanish translation. According to the website, racimo. No, I don't buy it. Racimo is when you have a blank of grapes, like a bunch of grapes. That would be a racimo. I don't know that we have a good word in Spanish for cluster, actually. Racimo, yeah, racimo. Cúmulo, a cumulus. There's no pretty happy word for cluster in Spanish like there is in English, I am afraid. Let's see. Oh, Chula sends greetings to Luna. Luna is missing today. She's on the bed. When it's really chilly, she decides to just stay in bed. I hear somebody saying, turn up the volume in all caps. Jesus, James, that's all caps. So you want me to turn up the volume? The volume is high. Let me tinkle with my buttons just to see if I can give you a little bit more volume. I hope that's better. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Daniel says, you love my shirt. Yeah, for a change, I decided I would wear my Sunday best. No, just kidding. Let's see. What else do we have? Michelle says cluster in Spanish is grupo. I suppose we could use grupo. Why not? Let me see. I don't think the volume is where I want it to be. There you go. I think that's a little louder. In fact, that's very loud. That's distorting a little bit. Whoops. I hope that's better. Um, let's see, what else do we have? Ay, mi vida. Jorge says cluster is montoncito. Montoncito is kind of like a cute little bunch. And that would be just fine as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, I have some silliness. And oh, Diane from Bucerias is here. We're going to listen to some music by your tocaya. And I will get into that in a second. I'm glad to see that you can all hear me fine. Before we get started, I want to show you something that I came up with this morning, or that rather that appeared before me. It is now distorting. Oh my God, it is now distorting. Hold on just a second. Volume, 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 volume. Okay, I hope that's better. I hope that's better. Anyhow, moving right along. This morning, I came across this wonderful bit on YouTube. If you've never watched Kinky Boots, the musical, The Shows Must Go On, which is a fundraising effort in England, is actually, it's not in England. It is in the United States. But what they're doing is they're offering this full-length production of Kinky Boots, an English production, is open for the next few hours for you to enjoy. Of course, they want you to do some donations. So if you're able to donate to this, this would be a good opportunity for you to do that. And if you want to watch it, you can watch it today. You can enjoy it through the day. And of course, if you can contribute, the contributions are for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. So there you have it. I'm going to share this with you at the end of the show notes. What I want to show you today is the best possible distractions you can engage in through the day. And this makes me think of opera singing. This makes me think of Christmas carol singing. So whether you want to think about it in one way or the other, I offer you the opportunity to become your very own opera singer today. And I'm going to demonstrate this. This comes to us courtesy of Google Arts and Culture, which is a series of multimedia experiments that Google puts out there for you to learn more about this, that, and the other. I actually recommend that you browse through the whole website. And what I want to show you is Blob Opera. So Blob Opera allows you to create your own opera singing. And you have these little blobby singers that we are going to play with. Let us see what we have. So you get these singing blobs, and you get all the instructions. You can do this at home. So it says here, drag to sing bass. Let's see what happens. Did you hear that? So check it out. So that's the lowest bass. That's the lowest voice. Then we have a tenor. A tenor pops in, and you can drag the tenor. And then you can have fun with these voices. And if you move them backwards and forwards, they sing different different vowels. Now check out, the mezzo soprano just popped in on her own. There you go. And now the soprano, yes, Sean, this is Klingon opera, or even better than that. Then the soprano comes in, and once you have the soprano, you have like four voices to fuck around with. How fun is that? So next time you it allows you to record. There's a record button down here that I'm concealing, so you can actually send your creations to your most beloved musical friends. So you can actually have fun with this and and you can smoke dope and just do it for hours. How fun is that? So there you have it. You can spend the rest of the day. It is Sunday Funday. You can spend the rest of the day doing nothing else, and they're still there. I mean, they're just sort of sitting and waiting for me to do something with them. But I'm going to give you undivided attention for a second. But we love Blob Opera. I discovered this last night, and I spent far too much time doing this. And Luna kept looking at me and she's like, "Are you going to go to bed sometime in the near future?" And then I tried it on my iPad in bed and it worked just fine. So there you go. Singing is a great thing, and it's so much fun to see how through this little exercise we get to learn more about the different vocal ranges that there are. And the reason why we have four singers is because generally in music we think of voices as being divided in these four broad categories. Sopranos and altos are women singers, and they are the soprano has the highest notes, the alto has lower notes, and then boy singers are tenor and bass. And we can see the ranges for each one of these singers here in this little display that I have for you. The soprano can go as high as what is known as a C6. C6 on a piano keyboard. But we're going to listen to some samples today of a soprano going up even higher than the highest note a soprano is allowed to sing. And then, of course, there are subdivisions within these four broad categories. There are some extraordinary examples of voices that can go beyond what is usually expected. For example, there is such a thing as a countertenor. A countertenor is a male tenor that has a really high falsetto and can actually sing into the alto and the soprano ranges. Of course, this was done artificially in the past because we know that starting on the mid 16th century, there was such a thing as castrati. And a castrato or a castrati was someone who had their testicles removed as a boy so that their vocal instrument would not mature and they could keep that kind of boy-like high-pitched voice through their adult life. Needless to say, we don't go around castrating singers anymore because it would be very politically incorrect, you might say. But there is a fabulous film that documents this, and it is called Farinelli. Farinelli was the stage name of Carlo Maria Michelangelo Nicola Broschi, and he was a celebrated Italian castrato singer of the 18th century and one of the greatest singers in the history of opera. He was truly extraordinary, and if you have not watched this film, I strongly recommend that you do, because it gives you a very interesting historical perspective on what it was like to be a singer. Do you know this movie? I certainly hope you do. And if you don't, I can tell you this much without spoiling it. The movie has to do with two brothers, the Broschi brothers. One of them is a castrato, and he's very talented with his voice. He just has this glorious voice. And his brother is a somewhat not so talented composer. So the brother would write music for Farinelli, and Farinelli would seduce the women with his voice, but of course, without the engines down there, he cannot he cannot have sex. I mean, it just doesn't happen because he doesn't have the hormones to produce a boner and all that fun stuff that you know. So he seduced them with a voice, and the brother finished the dirty deed with his very fine, working, functional body. So that was Farinelli. Anyhow, let me take a quick look. Oh, James wants some glass breaking. It's coming shortly. Let me very quickly take a quick look at who's here and what kind of comments we've gotten so far. Let's see. David says, would love to see a show on Broadway one of these days. That would be so lovely. It would be so lovely. Absolutely. I've seen shows on Broadway, and they're absolutely beautiful. I'm glad that you guys liked the Blob Opera. I love it. Everybody's going to be blobbing this afternoon. And I saw that somebody posted the link to Blob Opera. Thank you very much, Daniel. This is going to be all along with the show notes for today. What if you want to sing soprano? Aren't there boy soprano singers? Of course there are, James. As far as I'm concerned, here at Coffee and Headlines, you can sing whatever you want, just as anybody can sing whatever anybody wants. Team Fan tells us that he liked Farinelli. I'm very glad to hear about this. Oh my God, Kathleen, you would love Farinelli. It is such a beautiful, beautiful film. And now, moving on, I want to talk about other musically related things by introducing you, because if we're going to talk about singing and we're going to talk about glorious singing, we have to also discuss the not so glorious singers of our time, starting with the wonderful Florence Foster Jenkins. There she is on the right-hand side of your screen. Now, Florence, oh dear, Florence Foster Jenkins was born Narcissa Florence Foster. She was born in 1868, died in 1944. She was an American socialite and an amateur soprano who was known and mocked for her flamboyant performance, costumes, and notably poor singing ability. Stephen Pyle, a famous critic, ranked her as the world's worst opera singer. No one before or since has succeeded in liberating themselves quite so completely from the shackles of musical notation, which is a very elegant way to say that she sucked. Now, if you see her here standing next to our wonderful, capable of doing no harm, beautiful Meryl Streep, it is because there was a film. There was a film called Florence Foster Jenkins, in which Meryl Streep performed the role of this lady who she managed to get a gig at Carnegie Hall. Everybody in the upper crust in New York City knew that she was a lousy singer, but nobody had the heart to tell her how bad she was. So she manages to book Carnegie Hall, and Carnegie Hall was packed. Like, everybody went. There were no left tickets. And it is just such a beautiful film of a very quirky and weird person. And how weird was Florence Foster Jenkins? Well, let me show you a little fragment of a famous aria from by Mozart. This is the Queen of the Nile aria from Marriage of Figaro. I believe it is from Marriage of Figaro. Anyhow, I'm going to play you a short clip in which Diana Damrau, a famous soprano, is going to sing that high F note that I told you that not even the best sopranos dare to sing. So here you go. YouTube, if you want to flag me for copyright infringement, it is Sunday. We're just going to continue with this and let's see what happens. So this is Diana Damrau singing legitimately what this beautiful aria is supposed to sound like. Here she goes. So that would be that. And then, of course, we have to do Florence Foster Jenkins. And I'm going to wear my green flower just as inspiration. Same musical fragment as sung by the one and only Florence Foster Jenkins. Here we go. Now wait for it. She was horrible. She was horrible. And the recordings, there's a whole album that you can find. I have the CD at home, and it is absolutely unbearable. But this woman, I mean, she believed in her heart that she was an extraordinary singer. And it is just absolutely wonderful. And when I found out that Meryl Streep had done the movie, it was just a beautiful, beautiful watch. And it's one of those films that it did not receive a lot of commercial promotion, and and it did okay, I think. I mean, I didn't hear about it as being a blockbuster or anything, but find it, find it, find Florence Foster Jenkins, find Farinelli, and you will be very happy to become more acquainted with two great films that celebrate the human voice. And of course, look at them. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is this. They're still waiting. See, they are patient. I love it. I love it. Anyhow, let me take a look at your comments and your suggestions before we move along to our little farewells. Let's see. I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of opera. Will they take away my gay card? Oh boy, let me unpack that. Let me just ask out of curiosity, James, what is it about opera that you don't like? And I don't mean to put you on the spot. I know that not everybody likes opera, but I will be ready to defend a little bit of opera, or maybe introduce a helpful path that might help you appreciate it better. So please let me know what this is about. Fisherman's Friends, I have not seen this. I thank you very, very much, Sherry, for the recommendation. Fishermen who become professional singers, I love it. Music ed and sex ed, oh good Lord. And I still don't get laid, Karen. And I still don't have a husband. So, I mean, explain it to me. I don't get it. But maybe that's just for the best. I have Luna. Let's see what else. Let's see. Gracias a Dios. I don't have to use my singing voice to seduce anyone. I stopped trying, Julie. I stopped trying. I really did. Young at Heart Chorus. This is better. I'll have to look into that. I'm not familiar with them, but I thank you for the recommendation. Let's see. Of course, you can hear music, Michael. It is Sunday, and we always try to have some music. Thank you very much. I knew it was from Magic Flute, but I sometimes I get my operas all mixed up. Thank you very much. So there you go. Maybe if you're, no, I don't think I was recording you, Pamela, because I can recognize my Florence Foster. But again, if you have banda singers, just pull out your speakers, put them out the window, and you can sing back at them with lots of enthusiasm. By the way, Gina, I haven't forgotten that you were supposed to be here in December. We were supposed to get together and talk about the life of a flight attendant. If you're still in town or you're coming to town, let me know. I'd love to get together with you so we can chat and inform our community. Yeah, it is absolutely horrible, Linda, but the recording is there. And she was real. She was a real person. I mean, imagine being one of the few lucky ones to go to Carnegie Hall that night. I mean, what a crazy adventure. Let's see. Oh no! Todd said that when he heard Florence singing, that it sounds like our house when I'm singing. That's not good. That's not good. So I'll get Todd on my good side. Thank you very much for another recommendation for Fisherman's Friends. I will definitely check it out. That's wonderful. I really appreciate it. And let's see, we are coming to the end of Coffee and Headlines today. I am glad that I was able to bring you at least a few nuggets of pleasure on a Sunday. I wonder if anybody has any specific questions about anything or everything that's coming up. This coming week is Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you will be in a safe place with loving friends or loving family. And we have a newbie today. Who's the newbie? Where is the newbie? Kimberly says, you have a newbie today. Where is Carla? Carla, did I say hello? If I didn't, I will say hello when I look at your comments. Anyhow, this is it, guys. This is it, ladies. This is the end of Sunday Funday today. I hope you had a good time. And I hope you learned something new. And I hope you'll be spending the afternoon having fun with Blob Opera, or maybe find one of these two films somewhere in your downloading spectrum or wherever you watch your films. There are so many wonderful films out there that have to do with the human voice and singing. We should do kind of like a little retrospective of those, and I will definitely be looking for those. Liz asked, "What is my favorite opera?" What a beautiful question. I really, oh my gosh. I never tire of Carmen. I never tire of Bohème because everybody knows them and loves them. They're beautiful operas. Um, oh, good Lord. I don't think I have a favorite opera because a lot of it has to do with how it's told, how the story is told. Because, I mean, again, going back to whether opera is likable or not, no, I'm not going to go into likable opera or not likable opera. I will come back and make a case to defend opera one of these days, and we'll have a little bit of an opera dive in, and which is what I used to do whenever we had the opportunity to do music appreciation things live, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again at some point. But I am babbling, which means it's time to leave. I hope you have a really, really awesome Sunday. I will be keeping an eye on the news as usual to see what our governor has to say about security or COVID or both. And of course, I will be back with those news tomorrow morning. Between now and then, please enjoy the rest of your day. Stay happy, stay calm, stay singing, stay opera blobbing, and I will see you again soon. Have a good day.